stem cell, you know.
Yes.
I'm really interested in that.
I'm
great for
interested in
joints.
that because I've got arthritis in my neck. But I'm looking forward to being in one of those electric, like electric
Like a
wheelchair
robot thing. Okay.
What, electric wheelchair? What was it?
You know the walker things?
Segway.
Yeah.
Not a
Hoverboards.
Segway. Not a
Like the
old
scooter.
men.
The scooter things.
Yeah, but I want one with the Harley front. Because I can't ride a bike. That's the closest I'll get. Yeah. Pick my ride for an electric walker.
Well.
Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands, the GC vs UK Battle of the Bands 2018 will be starting the first week of June. Get your entries in now before we close off entries on May the 30th. Send us your one best song. I don't care who you are, where you're from, preferably on the Gold Coast, because the winner receives $500 cash.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a song.
You can, please. You must have a photo. You must be in a band, because otherwise I'm just going to take the piss out of you so hard.
In a band. You can't be a solo artist.
Be a solo artist, but at least, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to myself. By the way, Lumber Punks. Everyone gets some free axe throwing if you're in that band at Miami. Greatest thing ever. We all did that.
Matt G takes photos. And didn't
Matt Boland from
Outshined.
Outshined 1 hour of
Free
vocal
coaching.
training with probably the greatest singer I've ever heard in a long time.
Yeah.
He's up in Tambourine. So, we mean it. I'm in multiple bands, so I possibly will take the total piss out of you. If
you're not allowed to enter, though.
If you aren't a band to me in this day and age...
Can you enter? Can your band enter?
Oh, no.
Because I know Greasy's band's entered.
Greasy's band entered.
Yeah.
Stone Rising. There's Cactus Dildos. And that's all I can remember at this point. I know Former Angels are about to send us one.
Former Angels?
Yeah, he's been on the podcast. He's right there. Ryan Murr. Right there. And they're the greatest.
Yeah.
See, that's where we need lots of guests in this room, because I will have my favourite. We're going to listen to the last minute of this favourite song, so...
Yeah. Is this going to be an
And
annual
we're going to
thing?
decide in a heat sort of fashion, like who had that best minute on that night. They'll carry over into the finals.
Is it going to be an annual thing?
Yeah.
I think we should make it an annual thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Who else is doing it right now? You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Oh,
And the winner receives a full 12-month calendar thing of Ricka. I reckon. Yeah, let's do this. Seriously, let's do this. But you can be doing everything you want to do. Do you want to thank anyone for getting you there, and who stood by you there, and there's that person.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's, I guess for both of us, there's probably a fair few. I'll start just with my immediate family. So mum, dad, my brother. My brother made the trip back from overseas.
Did he?
To be at the Commonwealth Games. I can't say sort of too much about where he was or what he was doing, but
jail.
No.
Overseas.
So he made that journey back, which was it was a real tearjerker to have him there. Mum and dad have just been enormous through the sort of the good and the bad times and everything that comes in between. From there, obviously, I'll go to my main man, my coach, Brett Robinson, who, believed in me from the time I turned up as a 26-year-old, 27-year-old, saying that I was going to try and get back into athletics and never sort of skipped a beat in everything that he did for me. So, he's been awesome as well. And, the support of the wider group of the Currumbin Vikings as well was, and the guys that I train with and everyone involved in the surf club, that they just really get behind you, and it's been so good to be able to share the experience with them as well. But then and probably wider again, like the Australian athletics team. It's a great group of a great community, probably around the same, Brendan. When you get to that level, like everyone's just behind each other, so they've been awesome as well. So and definitely the school. Whole principal Steve McCluckey,
what school?
Varsity College. Steve's been amazing for me in trying to support my journey. So, And I probably should mention a few sponsors as well. Is that all right?
Yeah.
So I've got Squad Athletica. I'm working with ASN, Australian Sports Nutrition. I'm working with Physio Cream. I'm working with Light Spikes, an Australian-based spike. You know, the spikes you put in the bottom of your shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys are doing a really good job down there.
There's people making spikes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This is so
big
cool.
business.
Freedom Float.
Yeah.
Freedom Float helps me
funny.
out.
There's people that are making all those things. You just never think.
Yeah.
Freedom Float?
Yeah, Freedom Float down at Burley. You guys been down there in the pods?
the float tank.
Yeah, and then float tanks.
No.
They help me out a bit. Surf Life Physio, just up there at on the Gold Coast Highway as well, at Miami. They do a bit of stuff for me. Ashmore Osteopath, those guys have been big for me as well. And I'm going to forget someone for sure.
Lou Ferguson, the official recovery.
Lou, definitely Lou. Essence of
Yeah.
Living, Yoga Joint. Do you do a bit of yoga?
No.
Yeah, a bit of yoga.
You should.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good stuff. So I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. If I have, I apologise.
It's a real team effort.
But yeah,
then.
it takes,
Yeah.
like Bruno mentioned it before, like we've got to take cuts in a lot of parts of our life in terms of making money and stuff like that. So the support is greatly, greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
So thank you to everyone. And thanks to you guys for having us on.
Yeah, we love
Thank
it.
you
so-
thank you for supporting our journeys, and thank you for taking an interest. Like without you guys like you, sort of making the effort to sort of get behind local Gold Coasters in their journeys, like it'd be
It kind of
So
it makes
really,
it that little bit more special. Like
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
It does mean something.
Aw,
So like without that, it would kind of be
thank you.
you compete and then you go home and that's it.
Yeah, like
we'll-
I honestly felt like I said to Lou today, I hope we have something to say, because like we obviously didn't get results, and I was like, I hope but
Isn't that funny?
thank you guys for just being like, no, you guys did well. And
We
Yeah,
were just like
we're
your
so proud of
sponsors.
you.
Brandon, you'll have your chance to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we want to feel it. We want to feel it. We're part of the team.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
us having you here, and this is your second time here. There's going to be third. There's going to be fourths.
Yeah.
We're not going away. So
Yeah.
how cool is it for us to say that we know you? You don't know.
Yeah.
You won't experience that, but that's what your sponsors get out of
just
it.
the fact that you made it
Yeah.
that's incredible. It's an incredible achieve. Like we might make the Masters maybe.
Yeah, we start tomorrow.
But so don't think you don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, thank you very much for having us on again. I really appreciate it. All right. Well,
You have to go. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right, Mose, but Brandon, come on.
Mara's gotta go.
I
Gotta
guess
go
it's
to
a long
Lou.
list. I guess
So
immediate
I'll walk
family
out.
first. Mum, dad, stepdad, stepmom, everyone that's helped me. Through where I grew up, everyone that supported me. From that silly idea that I had 2.5 years ago about making the Com Games team, and how they thought that I was going to do it from day one. Obviously, the official recovery bar with Lou Ferguson, she's been involved pretty much the whole time as well. Same with my nutritionist, Justin Williams, my myotherapist, Dan Marshall. He's been a part since I first started as well. All the coaches and staff at Gold Coast Weightlifting Club, and now our Burley Barbell Club, where we had people a part of that have moved over to there. I guess, everyone in the AWF that was there competing and helping alongside me in terms of encouragement and things like that. What else is there? It's a long list of people. It's hard to really... I should write it all down for wherever I go, but...
I just remembered the story, right? Someone told me, my mate Shane down in Currumbin told me this story. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get it out now.
Yeah, we
That-
ran... when
Before
was
the
this?
Com Games, but
This
when
was,
a long time.
Maybe early last year, we ran a raffle there for a few months, selling raffle tickets to raise some money so I could enter these competitions that I needed to enter to make the Com Games, because it costed a lot of money just to do this. So we ran a raffle for a few months where the winner won like a wheelbarrow of alcohol, and we had a bunch of entrants, and we raised a fair bit, enough to put some money into these competitions. And the day came where I had to draw the winner, and I didn't want to do it because I knew that I had family that entered it, and I didn't want to call out anyone's name that I knew. So I wasn't going to do it initially, but they're like, no, do it, go on. So I did it, and then put my hand into the bloody bucket, and then I pulled out my mum's name. It took me a good 10 seconds to finally say it. I was just...
How
worst
incredible.
case scenario. then I said my stepdad's name instead, so they might know.
Gleno.
Yeah.
He installed my air conditioning in my house.
Yeah,
by the way. Champion. I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's such a Currumbin story. You know, you could take the piss out of someone for the rest of your life on that story alone. Oh, they bloody had a raffle, and guess who won?
Yeah.
His mum.
Mum doesn't even drink anyway, so Gleno had a great time with that. I think I think he just put a tab down at
cool. Of course they did.
Yeah,
that's such a
pub
classic
there,
story.
But it was exactly. It was really good for them to get behind a local athlete trying to make the games back then. Man. Obviously, it all worked out. So
okay, answer me this one then, right before we finish.
Yeah.
Oh, we're finishing
because you're in the you're doing something so strenuous, and I'm an outsider to whatever you do. So
yeah.
I'm sure you have, just like every other sport, you have a plateau, like a safe lift sort of thing.
Yeah.
But no, even if you were to go there that day and just not feeling it, that's a heavy lift regardless.
Yeah.
Right? How do you keep that up? If you're going to, it's 2020, 2 years away from the Olympics.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything, okay, I'm asking Ricka and Craig in the room, could you think of anything more difficult? I could imagine training for running, or all these other sports, volleyball, that's enjoyable, whatever these sports are.
Yeah.
But you're doing talk about your heart and strenuous pain, like something that's risky and dangerous.
At times,
people bust their arms out.
I've seen,
So training, how do you go back to training safely?
Well, at the moment, I know for me that technically I've stripped weight back to really light, so I'm not snatching 120 at the moment. I'm snatching maybe 70 kilos, trying to do it right, because technique plays a massive part in the sport. And I'm doing like a slow build back up. In terms of people injuring themselves like that, that's very rare. I have seen it, but you're going to see more injuries in rugby league. Like literally last weekend, someone popped their shoulder out, but that kind of goes unnoticed. But when it happens in Olympic weightlifting on the stage with everyone watching, it's a big thing.
Yes,
it makes a bloody highlight reel somewhere.
Yeah, because like on YouTube, like you see those weightlifters and like their elbows snap backwards or their knees snap backwards. Yeah.
But like other than that, like in terms of lifting weights, it can have its health benefits in terms of like bone density. Like if you lift weights, your bone density is higher than the average individual. Like I know mine was when I got it checked. So it's not like
really. So you won't be getting osteoporosis anytime soon.
Let's hope not. According to that, I won't be. But it can take a toll. So I got to stay on top of things like stretching, mobility, and obviously my recovery and sleeping and food. Just to keep going.
So all right, I'm going to ask a really dumb question now, but because you're lifting. Because it's not just a weight, it's like a massive weight.
Yeah.
And you know how, because human beings shrink as they get older because of gravity, right? So you're actually adding to gravity. Am I asking something stupid?
He's just laughing for no reason whatsoever.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like your spine would be compressed.
No.
No.
You've always heard of people saying, "Oh, kids lifting weights too young, it affects and they don't grow properly," but that's a myth.
Oh.
Yeah, because the
force, cracking your knuckles myth.
Yeah. So like the force that you produce when you say jump or you jump off something and land, that's going to produce more force than say lifting a lot. Like it's not like a kid's going to lift 200 kilos.
Yeah.
They're only snatching 20 kilos, 30 kilos. They're not lifting heavy.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
But you know where I'm coming from, don't it makes sense, don't I? Because the spinal disc is, it's...
Yeah, people can have issues with their back, but there's no... Like, my back's fine. Like, I've had scans. Yeah. And as I said, like...
I guess that comes from with the... I can say... Sorry, Drew, you just missed a really stupid question. No, but I can see now... It's like because you're lifting weights, your bone density is
things
higher.
like that. Yeah, obviously muscle mass and other things that support it. Yeah. I would say I'm probably healthier than the sedentary individual by lifting weights.
I'm not taking the piss with Ricka here.
Yeah.
In your expert opinion, if Ricka was to try and lift a